exciting is this? Hey? Hammersmith Apollo! Yeah! And you all seem quite up for it as well. Because, yeah, well, sometimes British audiences can be accused of being a little reserved, but we can get excited, can't we? Yeah. I saw a bloke on a train the other day, finished his Sudoku puzzle, and in front of the entire carriage, he went, yeah. Being able to put the numbers 1 to 9 in the right order. Who's the daddy? So it is great to be here. Always a bit nerve-wracking early on at a gig. And let me tell you, ladies and gentlemen, it is a privilege to be part of a profession for the first time ever, which is more secure than banking. But people are saying, aren't they, oh, well, you know, if the bankers are suffering, we're all suffering. Yes, but as long as the bankers are suffering, we can take a little bit of pain. But I do sense there is a new mood in the world at the moment. Hey, you know, just imagine us here tonight at the Apollo. Yeah, we could be the start of a revolution, ladies and gentlemen. I sense a certain apathy in the room. Hey, maybe tonight we celebrate the eve of the revolution. That was it. Always going to be more likely the revolution needs alcohol, ladies and gentlemen. But there is change afoot. Barack Obama is on his way. They're saying he'll become the first black president of the United States of America. Now, not to most Americans, will he? To most Americans, he'll become the fourth black president of the United States of America after Wayne and David Palmer in the TV series 24 and Morgan Freeman in Deep Impact. If Barack Obama hadn't made it, I think Morgan Freeman should have stood for president. He'd have had a pretty good chance, wouldn't he? Because most Americans would have been going, well, he did quite a good job first time round. And he can always double up as God. John McCain, he was always going to struggle, wasn't he? This was the man who came second for the Republican nomination to George W. Bush in the year 2000. What the hell have the Republicans been playing at? The best person they could find was somebody who wasn't quite as good as George W. Bush 8 years ago. And what I want to know is, how come we're still getting all this talk of assassination now? You know, there was a bloke arrested, you may have seen, the FBI arrested a man who was on his way, apparently, to assassinate Barack Obama. Now, this man was supposedly a white supremacist. Now, can these people not have a look at themselves, right? This bloke was off his tits on methamphetamine, driving a knackered pickup truck. He had no job, a massive criminal record, and he looked distinctly inbred. Can they not see that if there is a master race, they're not bloody part of it? And how come we're having all this assassination talk now? What I want to know, where were these assassins over the last 8 years when we bloody needed them? Oh yes, I sense the revolution is picking up a pace now. We now have a law, of course, where we're not allowed to incite religious hatred. We're also no longer allowed to incite hatred against lesbians, gays and transgenders. But the government has said it's okay, we can still make jokes about them. Which is lucky, isn't it? especially when it comes to transgenders. Let's face it, if you take a lady home and find out she's got a cock, you want to be able to have a bloody good laugh about it. Ringing a few bells with some of you there, I think. The credit crunch started in America. The problem was, wasn't it? Various American lenders were lending to people with a poor credit rating. And they were then disappointed to find out that those people were poor at paying back some of the credit they'd been lent, although there was a clue in the fact that they were people with a poor credit rating. That would be like lending a tenner to an alcoholic and then complaining half an hour later when you catch them shouting at pigeons.